Hello. Welcome to Old Gray Brick. Messy Monday, and it is a messy Monday because all of us are building for a convention coming up in a couple of weeks. So if you're in the Atlanta area, and if you're in the Atlanta area and can come to Atlanta Brick Convention, we would love to see you. And also, if you're in the Kennesaw area, and so next weekend at Trains, we'll see you then. I may see some of my kiddos from church coming there. And if you're on the YouTubes and you see two instances of the show, well, that's StreamYard's fault. So, yeah, it's got one. There's somebody waiting in one, and then there's two watching us. So, yeah, I may go in the studio and see if I can figure that. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Just jump into the other chat, Chris, and say there's another version.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
If I can, let me go to that. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. You're headed out from Canada. When you headed this way, man?
Heading out on, unofficially Tuesday night next week. I'll stop in just south of Toronto for the night, and then hang with a friend for the night, and then I'll head up to. I think I'm driving to Lexington, Kentucky the next day. From Toronto down. Oh, someone's joining. There's Matt. It's very dark, Matt.
Yeah, it does seem really dark in here.
So yeah, Wednesday I'll stop in Lexington, Kentucky, and then Thursday I'll
a desk lamp or something you can turn on.
It's weird.
Somebody's echoey.
Or you can just do that. That works too. Now it's really dark.
He accidentally kicked the plug out of the wall again.
So, and I plan to be at the con about probably 1 or 2 in the afternoon on Thursday.
Gotcha. So Thursday you'll be there or for setup and stuff like that. I'll be over there. I kind of hate that we have such a short time on Thursday to do some setup, but I'll do as much as I can.
So is it just that's the length of time for setup, or that's the length for loading and unloading?
1 to 5, I think, is all the time. It's odd to me that it would be that they would close this and kick us out at 5 o'clock, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what deal they've got, and I don't know if. Yeah. Anyway, whatever it is, I'll be there and get as much stuff set up and everything. I'm kind of excited. They said that we would have a yard sale on Friday. I may bring some stuff over and get rid of it. That may be fun. So
yeah, I will be around on Friday. I have sent 2 emails to Nick, the organizer, and I have heard nothing back. So
I gotcha.
I can check my spam folder. I mean, I'm sure he's busy, but
I gotcha. All right.
They haven't posted a list yet, right? Or like an agenda or anything. I think of the games they did, right?
Has he? I don't know. He hadn't put a schedule out per se. Yeah. Not that heavy. Not that detailed of a schedule. So, let's see. There's Matt. Hey, Matt.
It was because my monitor wasn't on. It puts out a lot of light. That's why it was so shaded.
Well, if you want to see us, you have to have your monitor on.
Well, I had my laptop in a different room, and I came in and plugged it in. It takes it a minute to boot up the. I have one of these I don't know what it is, 64-inch wide monitors. Not 64, whatever. It's very wide. It can hold 5 Word documents at the same time.
Is it 1024 by 768 wide?
Don't know.
It's quite a lot more than that.
Yeah.
It's one of those 32 by 9 monitors.
It's
and until Dana joins us, this is bearded glasses guy chat right now because our friend from Canada is becoming bearded, and that's awesome.
Not sure how long it'll last.
It's required to stay at my house. You have to be bearded, so he was getting with the program.
Well, we'll see. No, probably not. It's getting to the point where I just want to get rid of it.
You're at the itchy phase, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, we all hate.
That's a bad phase.
Moto is here. Tim Deering is here. Tim Deering, you need to make it down here, dude. It's been like 20 years since I've seen you, and that would be amazing to see you. Brahm is here. He picked the right one. Yep. Team Beard. Tim is Team Beard. Yep. Joining Shark Tech is here. Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Good to see you. Running like a well-sanded machine. Hey, if you've ever seen that episode of Andy Griffith where he buys the car and there's sawdust in the engine that makes it, drive smooth until the car breaks down on Barney. Anyway, different story.
How long has it been since that show was on the air, I wonder?
50 years, I bet.
And remembers it.
It became maybe we watched it every night at my house. Thank you very much in rerun.
Are you saying you grew up in Mayberry?
Actually, I did. You've been through Warrenton. It's Mayberry.
We're by the Piggly Wiggly.
Because I can still remember when we put in the traffic light. So it's a big moment for our town.
How many are there now?
I said the, and I meant the.
Okay, well, there might be more now that you remember when means it was a long time ago.
It would have been the first traffic light. That would have been what I said. It's the traffic light. So there you go. Now there is one that blinks red and yellow for but there's only one light per side, so that's all it does.
Fair enough.
The whole
what color was it? What color was it?
Red.
It was yellow.
Red on one side, yellow on the other.
Yellow. No, not yellow. Yellow. That's what you called it. I love that.
You did.
Got us some local character.
That's right. I'm speaking in my home. I talk about my hometown. I speak in my home tongue language. So
My grandma used to talk to my dad on the phone, and my grandma lived in Northwest Arkansas, and he would be talking to her. He'd be using ain't, and he'd get off the phone, and we were like, "You never say ain't except when you're talking to your mother."
You gotta speak so she'll understand you.
And then I didn't fully get it, and then I had this job where I worked at the Embassy of Morocco in Washington D.C. and the professional diplomats all spoke quite good English, but the chauffeurs and the cooks not so much. It was a challenge for them. And as the only native English speaker in the building, they would come to me and ask for me to write letters to their landlord or explain something to them. And so I did this. This was, one of the, it's a very small embassy. There are only like 60 employees. And they would speak to me in broken English, and I count myself speaking broken English back to them. And I thought, why am I doing this? It would benefit them to hear correctly spoken English, not broken English. And the only thing I could figure out is I didn't want to appear arrogant as a fluent English speaker. So I was trying to meet them at their level by speaking bad English back to them. I'm like, but that's probably not what they would have needed as a person. But I guess it was my Midwestern, treat people nice, and I felt like I had to speak at their level or something. I don't know. Weird.
I get it. Well, I can always tell when my wife talks to her sister. Her sister still lives up in Northeast Georgia and has a much, much heavier right and sight kind of talk. And Mel will talk to her. That's where she's from. And then Mel will talk to me, and she goes, "I turned out the light." And I'm like, "Did you talk to your sister today?" "Yeah." And so you pick that back up, and I mean, it's easy to. So, but I'm the one that goes to Lego conventions. We used to go to Brick Fair back in the day, Brick Fest back in the day. And everybody's like, "You talk so Southern." And I'm like, I really don't think I do. But then when I hear myself recorded, it's pure cornbread. So I get it. But I don't perceive myself as talking that Southern, but I do. I mean, it's more apparent when you're around it, when you're not around people who talk that way. So, hello, Axel Plate. Welcome. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you know that your Sig Fig from back in the day using the Jango Fett head is worth a lot of money. The Jango Fett, it was the Jango Fett head from that original Jango Fett. Is worth a lot of money. I don't know if you know that or not. Brick Bunnies. I'm gonna look forward to seeing Brick Bunnies. I've always a long time since we've been at a fest together. Yeah, no problem. We were writing your name down. You're late. Talk to your sister. That's right. There you go.
Hey Moto, I'm sending you a private message on Facebook. I don't know if you checked that because so I'm just letting you know.
I'm looking at the schedule for Atlanta BrickCon, and there is a yard sale at 7 to 8. And there's also a segment now. Sorry, on Friday, yeah. There's also a segment now at 8 o'clock till 10 for board games. Are you running that, Matt? Or
No, I'm doing one of the parts drafts.
oh, that's the exact same time as the parts draft. I just realized.
You
Yep,
know what I
so
need to
gotta make
bring? I need to
choices.
grab Star Munchkin, and we need to have a Star Munchkin match at the show. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss out on Friday because I have to head back to this side of town to pick up Small Paul, and then we're not gonna try to drive back across town to be there. I mean, I would have to drive through the entirety of rush hour to get back over there, and that's not gonna happen. So
No, I get it. I get that.
we will be back over there on Saturday morning.
I get that. I'm a little nervous. Jake will have to drive at some point over there by himself, and the timing of that, I don't want him having to drive through the mess. Although going slow would be better than him going 90 miles an hour with some people maniacs on 285. So, yeah. I sold him for about 100, and now he's worth at least $1,000, if not $2,000. So,
I think I sold my Django Fets when it hit about $100 because the logic at the time was, oh, it's worth $100. We better sell it before they release another figure next year or something. You know, because every other Star Wars character has had multiple figures over the years, and Boba Fett is pretty much been worthless except for the Cloud City one. And so, you know, at the time it was like, oh wow, people are giving $100 for Jango Fett. Okay, I'll sell those. You know,
foolish mortals.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can fault our logic at the time because our expectation was any day now they're going to release another set with another figure, and this one won't be worth as much anymore.
Well, and none of us predicted that minifigs themselves would go for $1,000 a piece, right? I mean, there is no universe where you would have said a minifig other than like a gold, platinum, you know, whatever, would go for $2,000, and somebody would drop $2,000 on a minifig. So $100 seemed extreme.
Yeah. I mean, if a minifig is intentionally made scarce, it makes sense that it would command a premium price. But for minifigs that come mass produced and released in sets, I have to admit, like when the what's the Grand Admiral Thrawn that's in a set right now, it goes for a lot of money, and I'm half tempted to like just sell mine because they'll make another Grand Admiral Thrawn, especially if there's like a more Ashoka series or something like that, or when there was only one Ashoka, like she went for a lot of money.
Are you saying Ashoka? Are you saying Ashoka?
I'm doing it to make Jeff cry. Like he actually put his head in his hand, so you know
I did.
That's pretty successful.
It's Meredith's fault though, because she says that. All of us on Old Gray Bricks, we say it intentionally because
Not
of her.
all of us.
Yes.
We original 4 Old Gray Bricks say it intentionally because of Meredith. Speaking of which, Small Paul had a 21st Century play date with Small Wheels, Meredith's daughter. They played Minecraft online and were talking through Google Meet to each other while they were playing it this weekend.
Cool.
So that was pretty adorable. They're Minecraft buddies.
Well, you know what? You create a dowry, you can get some virtual goats swapped, and you guys can seal that deal right now. So.
Wow.
I'm not really sure that Meredith's that kind of mom. So,
well, you know,
probably not.
I will say that
I was just going to say,
Meredith
we're getting echo.
No, Matt and I are both talking. Or is there echo?
You
a little bit of both.
Little from column A, a little from column B.
All right, go Jeff Van Winden.
I was just going to say that Meredith wouldn't be swapping goats unless they're Lego goats. She'd probably be swapping for car parts.
That's true. Couple tires and anyway, Lego. Yeah, Lego goat swap would definitely work.
So Meredith has a thing about social media, like she doesn't really want people to be able to find her. So she used to message me on Brian's Facebook account, which they started having to go, this is Brian, this is Meredith, because I never knew exactly who it was messaging me.
Right.
But now she messages me on her Instagram account, and she's been sending me pictures of her latest build, and I'm quite intrigued. I'm looking forward to seeing it in person because she's actually done a lot of rock work and some really interesting plant stuff using plant holders and the green Wolverine claw piece, but it's in green. So she's made some trees that I'm pretty excited. I told her I'm gonna like carefully inspect her display to see how she pulled off some of this tree work.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it too, and it is darn cool. So Meredith is quite impressive with the build skill for sure.
And she only builds big things, I swear.
Right? Yeah. So, by the way, when do we find out? I mean, I know parties here are involved, but when do we find out about the winner of the election in our lug? Has that been announced?
The treasurer has told me that the vote tallies are in, and I'm assuming she'll send out an email since I'm a candidate. Obviously, I'm not involved in that part of it, but she did say that it's now closed and she has results. So I'm assuming it'll be very soon.
Cool.
I mean, I've been sleepless. Okay. Whatever happens. It's fun.
Well, it is a little weird though, because in all my days of being in the lug, I don't think we've ever had an election that I've been a part of.
Well, I think it's an indication that nobody wants to do any of the service positions except for that one.
That's because you get the goodies, right?
Yeah.
It's probably the most fun job on the board, and that's why I ran for it, because it looks more fun than being president. So why not do something
position?
fun?
What position?
The position of ambassador.
Ah, yes. It's a lot of work though, too.
Yeah, you get the gift. You get the Christmas gift by doing that, right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, when Chris and I were ambassadors back in the day, all we got was a T-shirt.
Yep,
that's right. Well, we got two. I got a red one and a blue one, and that's it.
We got a brick though too, didn't we? The ambassador brick.
I never got a brick. I mean, Chris and I were ambassadors like the first couple of years.
Yeah.
All we got were T-shirts the first couple of years there.
I was there too.
Okay, I never got a brick. So if you got a brick,
the brick might have been after you guys left or something.
Okay.
I feel cheated now.
The brick was that logo of the ambassador logo that had the two minifigs facing one direction and the other one facing the other one talking. That everybody made a horrible GIF of, or not a GIF, but a horrible meme picture of it. I forget what the actual picture was. I know they made a lot of fun of the ambassador logo, though.
I don't remember. I vaguely remember that, but
having gotten the employee gift as an employee, I would say that the excitement level for the gift varies significantly from year to year. Like the year that Dana got the Christmas X-Wing, that was, in my opinion, probably the best employee gift. But one year I got the turbine set, which they released a set pretty close to the turbine set to the public, so that makes it a little bit less, special and unique. And then another year, we got a fold-out chair and a blanket. And then the other Christmas, we got a version of the bird set. They sold brick-built birds, but then they had like a bird 3-pack that was only for employees, and that was nice. And I built the birds, but some employee gifts are better than others. I'll just say that.
Wait, was that blanket better than the one you were luxuriating with us?
Yes. No. The most recent blanket was by far the best blanket I've ever got from Lego. So.
Well, you having had multiple blankets from Lego. Those of us who have not, we don't have
this is true.
we don't have anything to compare with.
I don't want to brag about my blanket coverage too much, but yeah. The blanket you could have gotten for free for just buying stuff was better than the employee gift blanket, in my opinion.
I gotcha. Do they monitor people who sell those? I mean, I know people do.
Well, now that they own Bricklink, I would think it's a possibility.
But I guess they could go to Brick Owl, right? But Lego itself doesn't come at you and say, "Look, you're not supposed to sell that." Or
when you're an employee, you're not allowed to sell things. I never sold anything when I was an employee.
But I wonder about, I mean, the ambassadors, did they? I mean, I don't know how policed they are.
I don't know. I haven't seen any verbiage on this point.
Well, look up the verbiage, man. Come on. Kidding. I kid.
If he does want to be ambassador, he should probably be looking that kind of stuff up and helping his group.
That's right.
I think you don't learn that until you learn the secret handshake and all that stuff. So, we did not have to go through a security background check for the ambassador position. So, I got a Lego delivery today. It was a very large bag, and I was all excited because I have a couple pending orders for this mosaic that I'm working on, and I don't want you guys to be jealous. But if you could feature me on the screen, I'm going to show off what came.
Okay. By the way, Jeff says we smell like dingleberries. No, actually, Xavier smells like a dingleberry. So, just
probably accurate at this point.
Hey, Brick Blaze. By the way, if you're watching the show, Brick Blaze will have his show at 9:00 Eastern in about 35, 40 minutes. So after we're done, go raid him and go check out that guy. Battered Power Bricks is cold. I'm sorry to hear that. If it's cold there, it's cold and it's temperate here in Georgia and everything. So, all right, here we go. Let me go to Mr. Dots.
So don't be jealous of my haul.
I won't be.
What 5,000 Technic pins, baby.
Oh,
the last thing picked at the parts draft. Because I started looking at all of the mosaic plates I needed to plug together, and I've already almost wiped out my black Technic pins between that and the Jetsons Tower, which chewed up quite a few. And I sat down and did the math, and I realized I needed like 4,500 more Technic pins. So, guess what? You can get them for less than a penny a piece. So, if you're gonna buy a part quantity, Technic pins are the way to go. Did you? Yes, I paid for them because I only wanted to pay shipping to one Bricklink store, and so I picked one in the U.S. where the shipping was pretty close to pretty cheap. And yeah, I bought them. There you go.
Well, if you've ever used, oops, I didn't do that.
Yeah, why is it doing that? There. What happened?
Where'd I go?
It's all better.
Weird.
Boy, what?
You kicked me backstage. Apparently, I was offensive. What the
heck is wrong with you, boy? Yeah, if you Technic pins are great, and you usually will have a ton until you then start using them heavily in a mock, and you eat them like crazy. So depending on how sorted and unsorted I've got mocks. If I've got mocks destroyed and resorted, I've got like 2 drawers worth. If I don't, I have like a half a drawer of them, which I do, I think, right now. So. Good thing they're cheap. Are they the new style, the old style?
Is there a difference?
Yes.
I have it on good authority. Your drawers are full.
Mr. Brown Pants. Yes, there is a difference. I don't know about their clutch or anything, but they did redesign them.
They come out the new ones come out a lot easier than the old ones did because they added that gap in the center.
Oh,
Danny's not here, but I want to flex the space figures.
Hang on.
Nice.
Because I got Space Baby finally, so
salute as they pass.
Space figures display. We got that.
I love that guy. You need to have that guy with that face holding baby space, and
then I've got baby Galaxy Explorer here.
That's awesome.
Cute.
Sweet. That looks good. Yeah, it does.
I built a display stand for
Whoops.
my mini
Sorry.
Boba Fett, microfighter. So I took some Technic bits and stuck them together and made just a little simple.
Did you make that microfighter, or is that a store set?
Your mom's a Technic bit.
It's cute.
It's literally a set.
Okay.
How did you not know that?
I don't do micro scale unless it's like a gift usually.
So yeah, I just because I don't want to display this like sitting on its back. So I did the same thing with my anniversary Glaive 1 on the shelf. I built a stand for it so it can sit up on the shelf over there. Over there next to my mom.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and I got the GTR.
Your thoughts on the GTR?
I like it. I think it's very cool. Although, if they had not printed the rear wheel arch, I probably would have left the ricey graphics off of it and just made a nice silver GTR. But since they were printed, anyway. A lot of people don't like the studs on the hood. I'm okay with it because of the proportion of the car and the shaping. I'm all right with it. I like it.
Yeah, it was more controversial than it should be, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
I do think the way that they snotted in the front is really ingenious because they used the ray gun piece. You can see it in there. This ray gun piece right here, and they put the little clip thing on it like that. And then that clips in upside down to the those guys right there. So when you put the whole thing in on like that on the front of the car, it does that. I just think that's just really, really smart. That is very smart.
Yeah, it is genius.
It always makes me wonder if there was like one person at Lego that spent 2 weeks playing around with that until they got it just right.
I'm pretty sure.
Very clever.
It is.
They probably did, Matthew. That's part of the design process is like literally people, the designers sit with a bunch of bricks and just kind of build stuff. And every once in a while they have a meeting where they present the stuff they've been working on. And
I believe it.
Yep. I think when Mike Psyche visited with us, he was talking about a little bit of that process and stuff. And it, they'll have a concept of something running for weeks and weeks and change something, and they make one little change and have to go tracking way back and then redo it and all this kind of stuff. I'm sure you probably we're all excited about a mock when it comes out, and they're like, God, finally done with that stupid thing, and it's out. That kind of thing. So.
Well, I would imagine too that, let's say someone's supposed to be the lead designer and they make like a first draft of a build. And then I'm sure it probably goes into other people's hands and they like, oh, let's redesign the nose of this. Let's tweak the wings or whatever the type of thing it is. So I would imagine that that's one of the things, if you worked for the business, is you kind of have to be willing to let other people play with your toy. Because it's not just yours, and it's going to be a collaborative experience.
Oh yeah, and your really sweet idea may not make it through jury, and there's something totally different. There was a ship that I made back in the day, and by the way, Jeff, this is not my fault. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Not my fault. Anyway, Jeff popped in. I did a quick pop-up whatnot today, and he bought some Lego. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, you can all of a sudden you make something amazing, and it just doesn't work, and you got to go through all that rigmarole, and your original idea may even bite the dust, but what you get is better. But Mark and I, they were using a couple of our models in, I don't know, Mark, if you remember this, when we had the our evil and justice and stuff like, and they were going to use the slam that I made as part of a set, and they showed us to us, and we were, I was a little rude about it, but it was what I'd built is a pretty complicated for the time little spaceship with some snot and the engines, and they had replaced the canopy with basically a sarcophagus piece. That was the entire cockpit that the guy sat in, with a really dorky canopy on it, and honestly it was horrible, and I reacted to it pretty harshly because I'm like, that's crap. And I think Mark echoed the same thing, and I think we heard the designers, well, that was not a very kind thing for us to react, and the designer was like, well, screw them, and this is the best we could do, but it was really juniorized. And you remember that, Mark? It was really bad.
I vaguely, but I mean, it's one of those things that it really did look pretty bad. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I think maybe they thought that we'd be more excited that something that we had inspired was being sort of turned into something, but when
we were like, that sucks.
when you ruin the design and the process, people are not going to be thrilled about it.
No, I mean,
Mark gets enough of that in his day job where he makes something and his boss is like, "Can you blow that up? Can you put this tiny little font?"
Yeah,
And Mark's like, "Ah."
That's the story of my life.
But yeah, I mean, it would be like an idea. In some ways, it'd be like an ideas guy person now going, "No, that you've ruined my thing, my design," and I kind of regret that. It would have been cool to have it in there. It was still junk though. It was the worst what they had done. So
in the narrator voice, and this is why Chris was never hired to design for Lego.
That's pretty much it. I did not want to go live in Denmark.
Well, Thomas was saying the other day, because we were talking about how, like Boone got hired to work for Lego, and he's like, wow, wouldn't that be really cool? And I said, well, it would be cool, but I said, I'm also realistic that it's not all sweetness and light. Like if Lego became your day job, there would still be work-related frustrations. Even if you got to do something that you were passionate about, it's not like you're king of Lego and you get to make whatever you want. Like it does not work that way. I'm pretty sure.
It does not.
Well, and it's, I mean, speaking as someone who does creative work for a corporation, it's like it does kind of wear on you when you make something using your skills to the best of your ability and make what you think looks the best, and then you have a manager change it to something that you feel makes it look worse.
Yep.
That's something that's you really have to kind of grit your teeth through that, because that's part of the thing is that, or I mean, it could be something that's not necessarily an individual making it look worse. It could be like parts limitations or, color limitations, or the design has to get changed to something not as elegant because of things like that, logistics,
Budget, I think, is their biggest issue, right? They have to fit it within a certain price point.
Yeah, budget can affect it.
Yeah,
it could be frustrating at times.
And when we were doing the set that we did, there were weirdnesses to that process. And then all of a sudden, some pieces were gone from our palette, and mine went from all spaceships to a base and all that kind of stuff. And I can't imagine the process for them. You've got a model completed 2 years ago, and they're like, "Oh, that piece is going out of production," and that there's either a quick shift to make a big change or something like that. So I can't imagine all those frustrations, honestly. So.
Yeah, that's sort of what hit us during the design phase. Was we had made all of our designs, and the design process with Lego crossed from one calendar year into the next. And when that happened, the parts palette, some of the parts that, particularly Chris's models, they discontinued the large sloped pieces. And that torpedoed one of his spaceships that he'd made, because he'd made a bigger spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Spaceship. Let's see. What is this here? You might see the Blacktron Cruiser as a yeah. On the, are you talking about on the control in there? There's a reference to the Galaxy Explorer in there. Yep, it's pretty cool. Move the graphics still up.
Yeah, I still have not built mine. Mine is still sitting right there behind me.
You got it in the box. I did see that Bricks and Minifigs had one on the shelf for $45. So that was
That's the going rate on Bricklink.
Is it? But that's come down quite a bit, right?
Not much. It's been pretty stable.
Oh, okay. Because I think they were going for, I guess 50 was where they were. So
I gambled on the micro building gift with purchase eventually becoming more desirable as the other ones come out. So I bought some black mosaic plates that I know I'm going to need to reach the threshold, and so one of those is, I got the notice it mailed today. So we'll see if that ends up being a highly sought after set, and if not, it's fine. Just keep it.
it's fine. It's all fine. I promise it's
It's all fine. It's fine.
Wow, we have 31 people watching us. What is up with that?
College football's over. I don't know.
Maybe so. Anyway,
How many
right.
Lego builders are watching college football in the first place, though? I don't consider us
true.
really a sporty type on average.
All right, so
There's no
here's
types.
this.
I'm a hockey watcher, so
You're a hockey player.
I am.
But
It's
Can
true.
you zoom in on that, eh? So this is part of our modular. This is the
Oh, that's
burger stand we're making there with a little apartment on top. And so there's the Monster Burger. It's from the Monster Burger truck. Where Jake and I pretended that now he has a store location. So that's the colors from the truck, and a 3D Monster Burger on top. So there you go.
This is how we know that a fungus has taken over Chris's brain, because he's now building modulars.
Hey, I'm trying to participate. So we tried to replicate the actual monster on the little poster there and everything. So, but we're going to build an arcade that goes on the side of this.
So the monster food truck, Monster's gone from a food truck to a brick and mortar Monster Burger.
That's right. That's right.
Franchising. Yeah.
Taxes and stuff. What did you say, Captain Xavier?
He's franchising.
That's right.
Got to diversify. That's how you make money.
Right. Space Modular. Thank you, Brickblaze. That's awesome. Thank you.
Well, I approve of your modular, and I welcome you to the dark side.
And you can
Next, you're going to
that
start
thing.
ordering. Next, he's going to start ordering plant pieces in bulk lug. Just wait and see.
That's right. That's right. The character is
Chris,
a
just
space-
put like a big glass dome around it, and you can make it a moon base later.
That's true. I should make a modular connector that I can pop into the side of the modular building, and that'll be fun. So anyway, don't know what I'm doing, but it's pretty fun. It was Jake's grand idea, so give it up to Jake for coming up with a good idea.
Jake will be at
Please.
Atlanta BrickCon.
He will be.
Cool.
He wants to let him skip school, but
Oh,
I don't think I am.
Dad,
Let him wait. Let him wait for college so he can skip school.
he's
Yes.
in college. Isn't he? I thought he was in college.
He will be in 8 months or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
He got the meningitis. You know, he has to get his meningitis booster and stuff going into college, and he actually was sick from that for a couple of days. I mean, he literally had a temp and all that kind of stuff for like 2 days after that. So he missed some school. So I'm not really a big fan of him missing a whole bunch this semester. So
Yep.
I hate to hear that, Jeff. I'm sorry that there wasn't a vendor spot. You can come hang out with us. They're having you should tell your boss they're having a yard sale on Friday, and come Friday and you can buy all my minifigs that I bring. So
The funny thing is, I always had a big layout for the yard sale in Brick Fair, Alabama, but it's 10 minutes from my house. But I don't know if how much stuff I want to schlep over and try to sell. I guess I should try. I mean, I could literally like just put it in the back of my van and drive over, but
Okay, two things. I'm going to be there, so I can help you schlep.
Hey,
True.
hey! What you guys do in off hours is not my. Anyway, go ahead.
And I'm driving. Don't worry about it. So I got a bigger.
I'm imagining Jeff like on all fours, like a camel with like
Whoa.
Listen,
racks
what?
of things,
What?
What is going on here?
racks of Lego. Like he's like a beast of burden carrying all these Lego in, like one of those Star Wars creatures or something. Guys, you guys just took that.
You should know better.
I should know better.
I was just trying to get all of Matt's Lego into my car, guys. Come on. Jeez.
I'm the innocent one here.
And it's funny, Matt, earlier you showed that big bag of Technic pins, and I happened to finish pinning my mosaic the other day, and I actually brought this bag down today, which is just my overstock Technic pins, which is looks to be a four bag. So, well,
I should have just hit you up for Technic pins, apparently.
Check your messenger, by the way, because I have 880 in my store, so I'll sell them to you for a penny a piece US. Free shipping.
Yes, I hope so.
I didn't see all the comments while you were making your double entendre, so there you go. Funny. Did we ever hear further? I know the Dana said he was going to be late. He didn't say not at all, unless I missed that part.
Maybe he's just not going to make it.
Yeah. I get it. So anyway, Brick Fair, Atlanta BrickCon is in 2 weeks. Is there? I guess I really need to get. I wonder how mad is Dana going to be if my Moonbase are not Mills, even though I said they would be.
After all that you guys hassled me about the Mills plates, man,
It'll be all right.
What was that?
A year ago, I was the one that was like, I don't think we should go to Mills because that's like it limits people and stuff. And no, we need to do Mills. Chris and Dana were all about doing Mills.
Oh, I was kind of like whatever. So
I ordered the parts from our bulk lug last year so we could get the large gray plate. The 16 square. I ordered these specifically because they said they wanted to go to Mills. And I've converted my 3 modules into Mills. So,
are you going to show disdain if I don't have mine on Mills?
I will be disappointed.
I think he already is.
I'm down. I can live with that. I'm all right. It won't be the first time I've disappointed you.
But this is really fun. Brian Roney from our lug tossed up a photo of his Rock Raiders stuff that he's going to bring and display at Atlanta BrickCon.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's all his Rock Raider stuff. A lot of it is sets, but he's also got some mocks in there. Like that big thing in the back is something he made.
Well, where's that white cage from? Look at that at the bottom there.
I don't know.
Huh.
That's from Space 1999.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is all his stuff that he's built. So
Neat.
yeah, I thought that was really cool. So he'll have that at the show.
I wonder if the Lego Master Brothers, if they're going to have their Rock Raider build finished. And they were building that big crystal cave thing with the lights in it. I wonder if they'll have that done. That'll be cool. Hey, Stanley Pratt, what's going on? If that, oh man, I'm gonna have disdain. I don't know what to do with myself.
It doesn't take that long to slap a few bricks on a plate.
Well, I mean, I've got like a bunch, and that Blacktron thing is going to be a pain. I will probably have some sort of support for it underneath and just lift the plate up. So
Yeah, Chris, do you have any soccer tiles?
I have a few.
Okay, because you can do just arena soccer tiles with I think 2 plates studs up, like 2 plates on top,
Yeah.
and that'll basically bring you to the right height. You can just
Yeah,
put a base
yeah,
plate
yeah.
right on top of that.
Yeah, if you lay a thin plate on top of studs, it's
Yeah.
5
It makes
plates
that
high.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that I have a few of those. The weight of the Blacktron tower, I would have to rebuild that base because it sags a regular table, so it's carrying a lot of weight. So yeah, if you knew how much we did not care about the actual airlocks lining up in Moonbase, you would.
There'd be a lot of dead space people.
We used to be so hardcore. Everybody had to have a pin in it, and they had to snap together. Now we're like, that's fine.
Yeah, these days we pretty much just toss them on the table and shove them together. And because over the years we learned that no one notices that. Like, no one's getting down and checking to see if things line up on a plate height and whatever and stuff. And by the time you build the moon base and put a monorail and put figures and spaceships and crap all over it, nobody cares.
That's right.
No one's going to notice if one of them's on a Mills plate and the other one is not, and they line up like this.
Of course, everybody's going to make a comment about Chris is not lining up just because.
Yes, although of course we have the most viewership we've had in quite a while, as I'm admitting that I might not have mine converted, and so they'll all be.
You could just take
people-
like a base plate and slap some bricks on it, and then set your other module on top of that, and it would only be off by a plate height or something.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can make the base to go up. The Waffle House will be easy to convert, and everything. The Blacktron thing, I would literally have to rip the bottom of it apart and then get it together again. I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do that, to be honest with you.
People
It's all
walk
force
in and
fields.
go
That's
like,
right. It's all force fields.
people walk in and be like, "Oh, look, it's a Waffle House that doesn't line up."
Yeah, well, the Blacktron base generally is toward the back of the table anyway, so no one's going to see it.
Yeah. What's funny about
Notice-
the dirty little secret about the Moonbase module, it actually hangs over the plate by one stud on the walkway on the edge. So it's illegal. Has been for, good Lord, is Moonbase 20 years old? 2003?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Holy cow. And so, yeah, in August, Moonbase standard is 20 years old. Dang, I'm old.
Moto has the right idea, though. If anybody raises questions, it's all force fields.
Mhm.
It's all done with 40 weight motor oil and ball bearings these days. So, yeah.
Half of them were building in Imperial, and the other half were building in metric. It's as close as we could get them.
Yeah.
Is it from summer 2002? Or I thought it was 2003. Maybe it was 2002.
Well, are you talking about the meetings for Moonbase or when we actually built a Moonbase?
The meeting for Moonbase was at Brickfest. Was it 2? So it is. It's past 20 years old.
Well,
We
there's
have
your
a Brom
excuse.
comment. We have a
This is
Brom.
his
Everybody put
21st
up your
birthday and it's a
Bromulets.
drunk.
What was that, Captain
Brom-
Xavier?
Who's yelling? I said, there's your
Brom
excuse.
commented.
Who commented? I'm just going to quit talking.
Xavier, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I said, there's your perfect excuse. It's 21 years old. It's had a party, and now it's drunk.
That's true. There you go. All right, Matt, what were you saying? You've got Brahms keychain. Is that what you're showing?
He kept on saying Brom commented.
Brom says the summer of 2002. I said, everybody get out your Bromulets and wave them.
I got my Brahms right here.
Broms. There you go. Woo. Brom
I
keychains.
feel left out.
Right.
I think I've got a red one around here somewhere.
I think
Well,
I have
ointment-
most of my.
Ointment will take care of that real easy. So,
I think I have the bulk of my ship created,
oh, cool.
but it weighs a lot.
Got those engines nice and balanced.
It looks
Yep.
big.
Oh, it's heavy as anything. It's hurting my wrist. There, that's better. So, and the Hayner's
Well, you
down
better
too,
build
pretty much.
Better build something stronger than Giddens gear to hold it up then.
Yeah. Well, it's just crappy gear. It's nothing. I knew I couldn't build gear to hold it that could retract, and I wouldn't be retracting it anyhow because it's too heavy. So
There's so many jokes that just went by there, and I'll let them pass. So
If Dana was here,
yeah, and right there in another part of Canada, Gil is like twitching. You know, he missed all those to jump on that. Yeah, it looks good though, man. It looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. So I finally got the engines to stay on without drooping. There's no other way to say it. Sorry.
21 years, it'll happen to you.
Yeah.
perked them right up, did you?
That's why there's some blue. I forget it now.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll keep on going if you keep me on full screen. I'll tell you.
does Jeff with that beard? Does he look like he's in like a? He'd be like the Doobie Brothers, or is he look more of a Leonard Skinner going on right now?
Okay, get into the century, please.
David
No,
Crosby.
I said what I said.
David Crosby there.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah,
could
keep
be.
it up, and it will be gone by tomorrow.
He's been hazed enough. So I want to. I'm working on these mosaics, and I got a new color that I didn't have when I did the first pass of a whole section. So I went back and I was like, oh, now that I have dark turquoise, I'm just going to go back and I'll just pop the dark turquoise into the empty spots. And I got to one section, 116 by 48 section, and I realized that everything was one dot off.
Oh
And I
no!
was like, no. And so I'm trying to use the brick separator, and it's not very good at getting dots off. And
Flip it
so
upside down.
this tool works real good, which is a good old flathead screwdriver that's the same width as a dot. It works much better. So if you ever mess up and put a whole section of dots, get out a flathead. It solves your problems.
Dana, if you flip the brick separator upside down, you can use the pointy edge to just go in a row and pull them all off right away.
I tried
sorry,
that. I did not
Matt.
find that as effective.
Okay. I called you Dana too by mistake, so apologize.
Yeah, I wondered if Dana had dropped into the chat or something.
No,
I was like,
Dana's
Dana?
ditching us. He's becoming too popular on the Instagrams for us. He's not. We're not cool for him anymore.
He had to start scripting his Fridays with Dana episodes.
That he'll do on Thursday. And
Yeah.
so here's the question: is next week, Thursday night? If everything's done at 5, I can possibly be home for us to do the show Thursday. But it would really be cool to do it from the show if that was possible. But I just don't think enough stuff will be there yet and everything. So what do y'all think?
Well, it depends on how long we're allowed to be in the building for.
That's true.
I don't think
Well,
there's-
come here.
Oh,
You could come here. Jeff's going to be here, so.
it's true.
But I'm in class till 6:30, so I don't get home till like 6:45. But you're welcome to come over.
I could do that. I'm not sure that your internet would hold at least 4 or 5 of us.
We'd probably have to share a camera or two.
I'll squeeze in your room. I'll just hold your Razor Crest as you talk.
Don't touch my Razor Crest.
I can't touch your Razor Crest.
Well, maybe the action figure one. I mean, I let Fleabnork help with that one. So, be fair to let you touch it. So you could move the little carbonate frozen people around in the bay and stuff.
Jeff put a comment in the chat just now.
Oh, there it went. I don't know. Captain Xavier, do you know somebody with a pup tent in this area? I know you know people in Europe. So
Nice.
Where are you? Atlanta?
yeah, do you know anybody in pup tent in Atlanta?
Probably.
I assume Jeff would want more than a pup tent. Just saying.
I know. I'm
Well,
just
he will
kidding.
get what he is given, is what he.
We're way far out and everything, and so we would be out. We can kind of ask around, I guess.
I already have one Jeff staying over, so I think I've maxed out on Jeff's. But
Are you at your? Oh, you
If
know
you're
what that
hosting
means.
one, Jeff, you might as well host them all. That way, you don't have to worry about whose name is whose.
You know what that means.
Here
It's
are the
time.
categories. First off, Jeff, 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 and
No.
Jeff.
Let's try Jeff for 200.
Jeff. Jeff.
What is Jeff?
Yes.
Jeff for 400.
That is one of my most favorite things on the internet. I'm sorry, Jeff. I have a brother, Jeff, so I get it. So
You know the droid head for I'm trying to think of his the cone shaped droid head that they have. That I don't have one here because I don't have
you
the
talking
right
about
color.
the R5D4?
Yeah, sure. Not the original R2 droid head, but the other one that came out afterwards. R5D4, sure. That sounds actually. You know what? I just click on a figure and see.
This shape?
Yeah, that one. It sucks
Huh?
that doesn't come in dark gray.
Does it not?
No,
No, it doesn't.
I'm on
I guess.
Bricklink. I'm on
I've got-
Bricklink right now.
I've got black ones.
Yeah, I don't like my mock already has 4 different colors on it. I don't want to go with black, but I can do white, but it's on a white base, so it's not gonna look the same. Anyway, nice. Oh, jeez.
I have to figure out a roof. I don't know how to do this. I don't build buildings. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no confidence whatsoever building this thing. So,
you just need 1,000 windows and doors, and then you're fine.
well, I was scrounging around for the windows I got. So, Oh, I put
Speaking
that
of
window
which,
back.
Mr.
I mean, it's-
Scanlon,
it's-
did you already pop those? Did you already pop those babies in?
Yeah, I put the windows on there. It's good.
Okay.
I mean, it's a building. You just put some, put a roof on there and put some snot bricks along the edge and put a little cornice and you're done.
There you go.
Fine.
You're converted, I can tell.
Because town stuff is easy.
It is.
You heard it
You
here
do it in your
first.
sleep.
It's like Town Junior for Greebles. It's like,
Oh, you've insulted them now. They're coming after you.
I mean, that's like all you got to do is build a building and just put some thrusters on it. It's a spaceship. I mean, come on, they're interchangeable. Let's just be honest.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna leave a little snot brick on the back of here and snap an engine on when I need to, just from flying it in.
Space
Uh,
apartments.
Hey, you'll be proud of me though. I have not done an interior yet, so this is for Matt.
This is the way this should be. No one cares about an interior.
That's right. I'll put opening soon. Maybe that's what I'll put in front of it. Then it won't have to have an
Which-
interior.
Which I know that you do interiors of spaceships. So the fact that you skip the interior is very telling.
that's a town
Well,
thing.
I want to figure out where it's going, and then I can pop the top off and do the interior. So, I mean, I did make it modular, so you can pop the top off. So,
Bleck in the chat was saying to use the smaller cone that BB-8's head uses, and I did try that one in dark gray, and it's just too small. But thank you for the thought.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. And there's no 3 wide small cone, so. Meh.
Dadgummit, these windows look different if you have them one way or the other. What stupid product this is?
Yes, they do.
No one's gonna.
But it's
notice. It
easy.
look like
It's easy. Remember, it's easy.
right.
Oh, I can use cones. Or I can use dishes.
Yes, you could do that. Space flying themed food truck. Yeah, that's cool. I need to see if I've got the Krispy Kreme express delivery spaceship still somewhere and put it back together. So that'd be fun. I do. All right. Hey, guys, we hit an hour. So why do you say we hang this thing up? Thank y'all for hanging out with us. This has been a great crowd hanging out with us on a Monday. So grateful to have you here. So that's it. So I'll turn in on Thursday. I'm gonna see if we can get Nick and Amanda to show up on the show. I'm gonna pop them an email. Matt, do you have more direct contact with them?
I have their text message. Yeah.
Do you want to? Why don't you ask them, see if they want to be on Thursday's show to talk about the con and everything? I think it'd be fun. So that'll be cool. You guys have a great night. Be awesome and build awesome. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Go over to Brick Blaze's show. It is on the YouTubes. Bye.